All right, on to chapter 17, and I believe the route split. After Roy captures Aquileia, other Etrurian forces flock to the Loyalists, forcing out the revolutionaries. Rort and Arcardo are driven out of Etruria. They flee north to Ilia, which is under Byrne's control. Ilia, the frozen highlands, is a land with short summers and long winters. It's like where I live. So little arable land. The nation's main source of income is mercenary contracts. The now free kingdom of Etruria joins forces with the Lycian army. Now a joint force under the name of the Etrurian army. Their first mission is to enter Ilia and finish off the revolutionaries. After that, they plan to launch a direct attack on Byrne. Roy, nominated as leader of the Etrurian army, has the powerful support of the Saint Eliminate Church. With the church's support comes also the support of the people. However, Roy has to face not only the freezing cold of Ilia, but also the elite troops under Murdoch, head of Byrne's Wyvern generals. Even worse, many skilled mercenary knights of Ilia have sided with Byrne. To begin, Roy heads for Castle Remy, located on the Ilian border, controlling a chef under his hat by pulling his hair. Always gonna be a big map with ballistas and stuff. Okay. Good to know. So yeah, this is the route split, which goes on for several chapters, I think. Like, if I look at this page for the different chapters here, there's gonna be 17, 18, 19, 20, 28, then 20x. So the next 5 chapters here are all dependent on this route, whereas if I had gone down the other route, the next 5 chapters would have been completely different. So you do like the set of 5 chapters depending on which route you take, and then they coincide again for like the final stretch. So the other route that you can potentially take is the Sake route. So this is the Ilia route. We're going to go deal with the shit that's going on in Ilia, and then we go deal with Byrne. Otherwise, we'd be going and dealing with the shit that's going on in Sake, and then going and dealing with Byrne. So I don't know what's going on in like those other provinces if you're not going that route and stuff. And apparently whatever legendary weapon you don't get from, you know, not doing the respective route is just given to you like by then anyway, is apparently the case. And the game never tells you that there's a route split. How it determines which route you go on is if you have more collective EXP in the Ilian Pegasus Knights, or if you have more collective EXP in the Sacaean Archers. So the Sacaean Horse Archers here being, where the heck even, being Sin and Sue, wherever the heck she is, right there. And then to go to the Ilia route, you either have more EXP collectively in Sue and Sin, and I have 0 EXP that I put into either one of them, or you have more EXP in Shanna and, I believe it's Shanna, and Thea, who I have so much EXP in, just because that was the way that like my party setup worked out. I had no idea about this route split when I first planned out what my optimal party was going to be based off of like the growth rates and like character recruitment order and available supports and stuff like that I was reading. So I had no idea that this was going to happen until I actually started with the playthrough, and I was like, oh, it looks like there's a route split. I wonder how that happens. And then found out, oh, well, with my current plans, it seems like I'm going the Ilia route. It sounds like the Sake route is the much more painful one that I guess I'm avoiding. I looked up the map design of the Sake route stuff, since I'm not doing those maps anyway. And apparently the final map of the Sake route has like a boss in like this one hut that's surrounded by all these smaller huts. And the moment you get close, every single one of those like 8 or 10 surrounding huts all spawns like a horse archer all at once. Like Fire Emblem games and their random ambush spawn reinforcements, huh? All right, so I'm doing 17A, the path through the ocean. No units gained, so I don't need to worry about like any recruitment conditions. Visit the village. There's an arena here, interesting. And turn 6, a path opens on the northern side, beach to the other side. I can go buy stuff. It's gonna be a shit ton of reinforcements, it looks like, from turn 10 to 16. Everybody out. Everybody out for a sec. I can bring a lot of units this time. And I should probably bring Merlinus because, like, shop and stuff, and it's time to stock up and all that fun stuff. Let's see here. So, let's see here. Turn 10, 2 Cavaliers and 1 Archer from the northeast forts. So, all this stuff here. Turn 11, 2 Cavaliers and 1 Archer from the northeast forts. 2 Pegasus Knights from the Southeast Forts. Turn 12, same thing. Turn 13, 2 Pegasus Knights from the Southeast Force, all the way to turn 16. So Southeast. So, man, it's gonna be spawning guys for a while, huh? All right, let me figure out who the heck I'm taking here really quickly. Let's say I'm taking all of my main kinda go-to guys quickly. There's not enough space. I can leave out Alan and Rutger because they're maxed. There's nobody else here that's maxed apart from Laram, but you know, Refresher is an exception. So I may as well go in with this squad, I think. Is what probably makes the most sense. And there'll definitely be supports that I can figure out, like grinding out while I'm going at this. In terms of inventory, I'm at 79 there. I want to stock up on swords and axes. I have lots of lances. Well, I'll probably get a few more lances anyway. Let's see here. So what have I got in terms of like item list stuff? You may as well put your crap away. That's what you may as well do. You may as well put your crap away. I may as well start also using some steel stuff at some point. Here, I'm good on the tomes and stuff. Here, take some more powerful ones. There you go. You can hold on to that. You're holding on to a whole bunch of my lance types. You're holding on to some of those. I'm running out of heal stabs in there, so just go ahead and do that really quickly. You can still hold on to those. Okay, sure, do that. Some of this stuff that I have a whole bunch of that I'm not gonna need any of immediately soon, I don't think. Let's see here. Make some space and inventory and all that stuff. Yeah, if I have any duplicates of some things that I'm not really going to immediately need, I'll take a couple of those steel lances. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Give me a steel, give me a silver. Give me one of those hand axes. Give me some space here. Yeah, you've got a whole bunch of stat boosters, which, you know, the sooner I use them, the better benefit I get out of them, but the later I use them, like, the better sense I get for what my unit stats are looking like and where I want to patch stuff up and all that. You can grab another lockpick. Why not? Fine. Take, oh yeah, I bought a bunch of those stat boosters there. Yeah, I should invest them. I should use them. Maybe I'll actually think about using that between sessions. Why did I get an extra Night Crest? I actually don't remember now. Well, I can see it in the item list if I ever really need to, so that's fine. I don't really have... Yeah, I have a couple of restore staffs. I was about to say I don't really have duplicates of anything, so I'll leave things as is. Here, I'll grab one of those, I guess. There we go. Lots of space for things. Give me one of those. Okay, cool. And then... Oh, I could get rid of that white gem. That's what I could do. Here. There we go. There we go. Yeah, you have a whole bunch of crap there, don't you? You have a bunch of my bows and stuff. Why are dressing so warm when it's like 2 degrees outside? I know, right? I only got this hoodie yesterday, so like I'm settling into it and stuff. But you're not wrong. Oh, I have a bunch of lightnings there, and I am running out in the convoy, so you're gonna start putting your crap in there. Is what you're going to do. Is that a scarf? This is indeed a scarf. Is what that be. This random niche stuff you may as well put in there. This random niche stuff you may as well put in there. I use you guys sometimes, so like, oh, yeah, the Delphi shield. Let's not forget that. Look like you're about to head out and shovel a walkway. I mean, not wrong. It is a little bit cool here in this basement, and I do like to be a little bit bundled up at times. Is definitely the case. Why do you have a divine? What the heck? Where's that item list, huh? Let's see here. How's it going, Emerald Finder? Yeah, take one of Klein's there. Is what you can do. Laram can probably go ahead and stock up on some things now, or just, you know, have open inventory space in case people need to trade with her. Don't think there's gonna be any poison. Oh my god, I have so many vulneraries on like so many people, I guess. Let's see here. Yeah, sure. Take an antitoxin. Merlinus can be my guy for, you know, shopping and all that. So let's just preemptively go ahead and take the silver card. Don't think I'm gonna need the member card here or anything. Silver card, there we go. And then say, I saw on that item list like the one use vulnerary. May as well take it, and then if I need to use a vulnerary, may as well use the one that's lower. Yeah, yoink. There we go. That sounds good to me. Oh, you have Aureola now, don't ya? Give that. Yeah, and then swords, you're good unless you want a special sword for emergencies. You have the space. Armor Slayer, maybe. Lance Reaver. I mean, I'll have means to wreck other guys if I really need to. Let's just go for like big damage. Wrecking armor guys if I need to, that is. Let's see here. So yeah, I'll get you some more axes coming up here. I should get you another javelin now, because you kind of broke yours when you were losing your mind in the last chapter. So take that. Ray here is looking pretty good, I'd say. Alina here. You can grab another staff. I'm running a little low. It is worth noting. Here, grab another one of those. And grab another one from the convoy when I need to. I can always start using men's if it really comes down to that. Here, I don't know, grab that or something. That sounds good to me. Yeah, I'm taking you as well. Who is the Delphi shield going to be more important on? I feel like I'm probably going to have you in the fray for physical attacks more often in general, considering your defense is way higher than hers. And I put her in the fray more if I want to eat some magic attacks. So as the higher defense one, it probably makes sense to give you the Delphi shield, right? Let's see here. Because if memory serves about this, an amulet of the god Delphi protects flyers from arrows. Yeah! I can feel free to keep her in the fray when there's a bunch of archers around. I can send her on an assassination quest against those ballistas that are on this map. That could be pretty good here. Your stuff is running a little low, isn't it? Here, you can take the last one of those. And then, oh. Crap, huh? I mean, like, hold on. Item list. Yeah. I have a bunch of thunders around if I need to, but like... Yeah, I'm gonna need to stock up on some more of those. So it looks like at the armory here, I can get like all three of the... Actually up to bows. All of the physical weapon types. When's the next time I'll be able to get tomes? Not chapter 18. Chapter 19. Oh, in the shops. Yeah, so chapter 19. So this chapter and the next, and then I can get thunder. There's no fire in there. Okay, chapter 20. That one is gonna have fire and stuff. I'll be fine. I'll be fine, I'm sure. No need to worry here. Everything is a-okay. I'll go buy some swords in a second here. Ooh, take Trex. Yeah, that sounds good. Rooker has an extra one too if you really need it. Here, just double up for now, I guess. And then, I don't know, grab a spicier lance. There we go. Have fun, I guess. So what the hell is going on here? Get out of here. And then, I guess grab like a mend or something. I don't know. Could always have another staff around in case for like emergencies or something like that. Restore. In case a situation really bad comes up. There's also this, but you can't even use it yet because you don't know how the hell to praise God good enough yet with your light magic. I don't know. I didn't know what kind of joke I could make there. Sure, that for emergency's sake. You've got a couple iron bows and then other types, so I think you're pretty good. So there's gonna be a whole bunch of reinforcements from around here. Yeah, I think I can send Melody on an assassination quest. Well, I can probably do. Okay, yeah, there's an arena there. So that's its location. I didn't bring Sugar Daddy Rutger this time, but I don't think I need to. I probably have enough funds to get me through the rest of this game, I would imagine. In terms of going up that way. Can do something like that, and then zoom over there or something or other. Other high movement ones at the back. I want you to kind of run for those ballistas, I'm gonna be honest. So let's go deal with the stuff up here and then like chill out and deal with the turn 10 to 16 reinforcements. Thank goodness for the interwebs telling me what reinforcements there are. Because it frickin' sucks otherwise, like surprise. Random ambush spawn reinforcements that act on the same turn that they spawn. Because you know how it is. Narcian has fallen then. So it seems. General Murdoch. I still feel uncomfortable that we didn't go to his aid. The king's orders explicitly said to leave him on his own. Burns' army has no use for a man who cannot manage his own messes. Sir Murdoch, what will you have us do? Arcardo, I leave Castle Remy to you. Rorts, you will take Castle Edessa. Make preparations to defend against the enemy. What? Remy's right on the border. The enemy will be here in short time. That much is true. But this position gives us an invaluable strategic advantage against Etruria. We must ensure that this castle does not fall into enemy hands. Edessa lies all the way in the outer tundra of Ilia. Yes, so you will have ample time to prepare your defenses. You intend only to take the defensive? You don't mean to take back Etruria? We played the waiting game for now. We will take Etruria someday. And once we do, it will be under Burns' jurisdiction. What about us? That's not what we agreed upon. Then perhaps you should find a way to make yourself useful. You have done nothing to deserve such remuneration. If you'll excuse us. Those two will surely be killed. Do we really leave them? If they fall, it's because of their own incompetence. Our army's code states that every officer must be capable and self-sufficient. Perhaps they should have considered that before joining us. The enemy leader, Roy, was it? Yes, Roy of Faerie. I admit he has rebuilt the Lycian army magnificently. I thought it finished after we crushed it the first time. I hoped to cross blades with him before the war is over. We will soon approach the Etrurian border. Thank you for everything, Father Yoder. I wanted to say Yoda, but then my brain just couldn't help but read it the way that it was, and then I just didn't. We've only made it this far thanks to the assistance of the church. I'm only repaying your favor. Besides, I can afford to repay you. I don't pay taxes. Had you not captured Aquileia, we would suffer great persecution from Byrne. This is nothing compared to what you did for us. It was my pleasure to help the church. If I may be so bold, can I ask one more favor? Just a small donation to the church is all I'm asking for. Of course, if I'm capable. If you discover anything else about the dragons, say no more. If I find anything new, I'll report to you immediately. You have my eternal thanks. Is it out of genuine curiosity, or is it gonna be like plot twist? I wanted all this dragon knowledge to do something crazy. I feel like it would probably be out of left field for the way this game is going, so I don't think that they would do that. Oh yes, I have some information that may be of use. At a certain time of day, the sea level drops, exposing a crossable sandbar. Sandbar? It would take much time to make your way around the bay to the castle. However, crossing the sandbar would be a direct journey. I'll bear it in mind. However you choose to proceed, please be careful. Rushing forward has its dangers as well. Thank you for your advice. Not at all. May the Etrurian army go with Saint Elimene's blessing. Alright, check this shit out. Time die! Oh my god, I double this Cavalier. I know that Cavaliers don't always have like the highest speed in Fire Emblem games, but like... I have just enough. Holy crap. I won't quite kill, but who cares? You have a killer lance, but like... It's probably fine. Nice. I half expected to get crit there. Damn it. Well. Alright, Lou, you wanna do a thing here, maybe? How about you do a thing, Lou? That sounds really great. I really like the idea of you doing a thing. Very nice. Get out of here, you. And then we zoom this way like this, and we go ahead and axe this guy a question. Now keep on building up Ogier's axe experience. Is what we do. He's gonna be a super pro at these things. He's about to hit B pretty soon. That's nice. Out of curiosity. Yeah, probably not worth it to go for. Unless... Ooh. Ooh. I'm gonna do this. And then also when Lou attacks, he's also gonna have the support bonuses of Ray being nearby. Will also be the case. I don't know, just go this way, I guess. Yep, and then the paladin is for sure dead. Now there's only the one basic mage that's left there, and that's it. Pretty sweet. All right, well, what are we dealing with when it comes to the ballista here? Okay. So... just thinking, being at the ready to like zoom over there, while probably being out of this guy's range as best I can as I zoom in, is all I'm thinking here. You can also boost my movement there a little bit. I might just hold the defensive position over here and let them come to me with all the reinforcements that are going to appear. I mean, there's going to be the sandbar and stuff. I don't want everyone to go that way. Maybe I start going this way and like dealing with things. I mean, like, go shove your face in there, not Dorkaz. Bait the one guy out at least. Sure, we'll have some people going this way for a hot second here. Is what we will do. Sounds good to me. Merlinus definitely wants to go up there for like shopping trip. There's no way you can reach that, right? Yeah, we form a bit of a wall. So to go up that way, start sending these dudos on down here. You're gonna want to stay out of these ballista ranges, but you can move forward for now. Fair enough. That works a-okay. Head on down here. Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good turn one, right? Oh yeah, some people are just coming right down. Maybe I should hold this bottom area, because then I can make like a 2-unit wide blockade, as opposed to needing way more units at the top here. I mean, it really depends on what the sandbar ends up looking like. Is what's going to be the case here. So, I mean, whoa, the lag. So, yeah, I mean, what's this guy gonna do, huh? Look how quick the default Berserker attack is. So much faster than you'd expect it to be. Alright, it's been a little while since I used Dorothy. Go ahead and give her some shots. That's probably gonna miss her anyway. Nice. Okay. And then say, I don't know. Here. am I semi-preserving my tomes though? So maybe I want to do this instead and build up your sword experience. Look, I can one-shot with this anyway. Sword experience for you. Like that. Okay. Well, did this guy not move? That is going to be perfect. That's gonna be more than perfect, actually. Check this out. So I can do this. Whee! If that axe guy attacks, I'll have a sword equipped. I'll have an advantage. Things are a-okay. That other ballista attacks Melody. What's she gonna care? She has high defense and a Delphi shield. So it's really not going to matter, quite frankly. I couldn't help myself here. I wanted Daddy Ogier to give me a little bit of funds. Look, he gets a level up off of that too. Heck yeah. Well, worse things to get a +2 in. Okay, what the heck am I doing about this guy, huh? Should I just like... Here, give this a go quickly. Give that a quick shot. Ow. See if I care. And then, I don't know. With me having the heal stab uses that I do, I probably don't want to be needing to heal unnecessarily. I mean, I could just use mend, and I do need to build up staff experience with my guys anyway. My fire broke. If your water breaking means that you're giving birth, what does your fire breaking mean? Yeah, just make my way that way. Yeah, sure, I'll go grab the thing in a sec. Whatever it is will be sent to Merlinus because I have a full inventory anyway. Yeah, you'll attack. We can just kind of chill down here. I don't think there's really anything for me to do. Quite frankly. That guy's gonna die. Pretty easy peasy. And then we'll make our way down to the other ballista and have that guy dealt with. Yeah, this map might actually be relatively easy going. You know, I see a big open field kind of map and I assume like this is gonna be like a super overwhelming kind of thing. Thank you, Delphi Shield. But this seems like it's gonna be not too half bad. Oh, that's gonna suck a little bit. Miss, 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 miss. Damn. Well, I can eat one more of those and dip out, so I think it's still fair game to go for the ballista. And hey, I'm using up the guy's purges, which is good. Is there anything else concerning here? Thimblefurter? Well, I would have been able to steal that if I took a thief. I would have been able to steal a couple if I took a thief, but like, oh, that's a little bit concerning. Okay, well, look, I can eat another one of those. So, may as well get the kill here, and then no more ballistas. No more long-range physical, just long-range magical. Sleep is gonna suck a little bit. As long as that guy doesn't start coming on down, we're pretty good here, I'd say. Damn. And we can like dip out of your range in a second here. Should I just like... do this, how about? That sounds good to me. Miss? Ooh, I missed. Cool. All right. Sure, and then I can start like pulling back here or something or other. So I can do. All right, meanwhile, over here. Ah, are you fighting against Burn? Then please take this staff. Because once used by the noble Lady Tina. You got a Tina's staff. What does that do? Wielded by Tina. Restores many HP. Okay. Must we not use that until like the final maps here? All right, Merlinus. You want to go get some stuff maybe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like really stock up there or something. Pretty sure I have 3 already in the convoy or something. And a bunch of other lines around. So maybe I'll just get like 4 of these. Or something there. Look how cheap they are. Yeah, really stock up on these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My funds are in such a good position. I have the here, buy like 1 of these. Why not? There's only 1 person wielding bows, and I have a few around, so it's not that important. So like, I think I'm pretty good. I haven't save state or anything, but I'm going in the arena again. Look at this. It's a warrior again. I'm critting him again. I simply cannot help myself. More valuable thing at this point is the EXP, I guess. Here, head on down this way. Ogier could form a valuable part of, you know, wall, but me. Here they come. Yeah, well, that's the second one. Sweet, that one missed. I mean, I could even leave her there to like further bait this guy out, so he doesn't go around and try to use more of that on my wall here. I would go arena again, but I want to establish my wall. So we're coming on down here. So let's see here. So now in here, yeah, my stock is looking pretty full. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm so good for a while. I have some semi-durability ones just in the convoy. Interesting. Well, let's count that as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I had more than I thought I did. Oh, because people deposited them when I was sorting through my inventory and stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We are so good. So, safety with the group and all that is going to be safer over there. All right, get back here. Yeah, you just chill here for now, because you can take 1 more of those hits. Gonzalez, your res is not great. I may as well grind out some supports in the meanwhile. Maybe I'll figure that out from like next turn onward. I know that Roy and Laram can support. I don't think Gonzalez is anyone else to support. That's just support partner of Lilina there. One of the people that I wanted to build you up with, Alan, isn't here. I forget if there was someone else I wanted to build you up with. I think there was. I might have to double check. Alan might be your only one. Please miss as well. And Melody can form part of the wall in a sec here. For now, she's just keeping that guy occupied just so he's not advancing. Which is honestly working out great. Look, he's got 2 uses left. Hell yeah. Turn 5. So turn 10 to 16 is where we're going to have the reinforcements. I think the sandbar is going to appear here next turn or something. So I might have to rethink things here. Potentially. We shall see. So let me look at my sheet here and my plan stuff. Yeah, your only one was going to be with Alan, unfortunately. Claren was going to be with Rutger and Dorothy. Yeah, you can get a level there. Here, move out of the way. These 2 are getting support. Lou's probably going to be fine in there. Lou was going to get a little bit of stuff with Ray. So it was going to be the case. Gonzalez with Lilina and Trek. So, you know, that's done there. Lilina with Gonzalez and Wendy. She's done. Saul was going to just be with Dorothy, so he's done. Yeah. Yeah, something like that. Switch back to the stream manager over here. All right, here they come. Here's your second last go. Please miss 2. Dang it. If you missed that one as well, then you could have used like the entire thing on Melody and that was it. Okay. So our guy's gonna start rushing me down there now. Lord Arcardo, a path has appeared in the sea. What? According to the locals, the tide pulls out at this time of day. You didn't know about this sooner? My lord, we are foreigners here. We do not know this land. Charge! Don't allow the enemy to cross that path. Okay, so I do need to worry about them going that way. Lord Roy, we have a report. Sandbar up here? Yes, Father Yoda was right. The enemy know about it? Actually, no. They seem to be in a panicked state. Alright, then let's not waste this opportunity. Move forward. So, I mean, I could semi-wall stuff over there too if I really wanted to. Melody's support was... Oh, that's the Dark Deity one again. Going to be with Lou and Shrek. Is what hers was going to be. I mean, I could move these two goofy goobers up and around, I guess. Is what I could do. Yeah. Yeah. Not a bad idea. Whee! Okay, you're not gonna be able to attack there, so we're pretty good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna send the goofy goobers this way. I know you guys have a little bit of support here. Here, let's send this squad this way. These two have some support. These guys have some support. Wait a second, I'm gonna have healers down here. It's just like all the ones that really need to gain experience as healers are gonna be down here. So maybe I should send Lilina and Gonzalez down, actually. Is what I should do. Sure, I'll send Claren and Dorothy up. And Lilina and Gonzalez can come down here. I guess, or something, I don't know. Is this gonna be enough? No one's gonna reach here for a little bit. It's fair game to just like run in there and kill. Gotta be just enough damage here. May as well. Not gonna worry too much about the magic attacks. So I don't have that much of a roadblock to hold here right now anyway. Not exactly. Alright, well. I don't know. Sure. Sure. Oh, you're the Fimbulvator guy. That's gonna miss though. Hell yeah. Alright. Here's the last purge. Sweet. On someone that isn't really gonna care much about it. No more purges. Hell yeah. Oh, they're not even charging. I mean, maybe the reinforcements will go there. Go that away. I mean, I guess I may as well just keep everyone down low for now. In that case. Look, you are just content dealing with things on your own over here in the meanwhile, so, you know, have fun. Have fun, have at it, get your sword experience and all that fun stuff. But yeah, so it was saying that there was going to be Pegasus Knight reinforcements from these lower forts, and then it was going to be like Cavaliers and a what from above? Let's see here. It was, oh, I was looking at the other maps here. So 17A. Yeah, so southeast is going to be Pegasus Knights, 2 Cavaliers, and an Archer from atop. So I may as well keep Dorothy, Claren down here. You can snipe some Pegasus Knights and stuff and have fun there. And then Cavaliers and an Archer. Like, this is gonna be great up here, I think. Yeah, you guys don't have any more stuff to work on. You can work on stuff with Larum. Doesn't really matter much where Roy is. This squad is gonna be fine. So here, you go work on stuff with Larum. And work on both of those. Yeah, you can delete some Pegasi if you really need to. And then say, I don't know. I don't know, man. I'll figure it out in a second here. Let me go ahead and heal first. Is what I do. And then Lou and Melody can be by one another, gaining some support too. So, hey, his defense went up. So may as well be grinding out supports while I hold down the fort and all that. Is what I may as well do. Okay, like that. Yeah, so... yeah, I'm sure this is fine. Yeah, you don't really need to do anything, quite frankly. you can just kind of chill out and enjoy life. So turn 10, I believe they start. It's gonna be a couple turns still. You don't have anything too concerning, do you? You have Hellfire, but like, meh. Look, just take out this guy. Why not? Get him out of here. Be gone with you. All right, well, be able to take out the other guy, dip out before the Pegasi appear. Sure, trek up this way. So yeah, it looks like this is gonna be a 2-tile wide thing here, so you guys can get your axe experience and all that. All right, start grinding up that support. Get your butt up there, Roy. Lou can be grinding his supports with those two. So they're all gonna be up there. Is this enough of a squad down here? Probably. Gonzalez is hella strong. Claren's hella strong. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure we will be okay. Not only hella strong, but support partner and stuff. Oh, here they are. Okay, well, they can't reach me immediately anyway. All right, well, I'm not too concerned about that. Now I may as well start dipping out. This is what I may as well start doing. Oh, the archer's going down this way. What a weirdo. What's an absolute hooligan here? Now that we're actually dealing with reinforcements, let's do that. Yeah, sure. Here, that support gets grinded. Lou goes here, grinds that support with Ray. Look at all this support that's gonna go around. Hell yeah. So yeah, 7 units there. And then here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not counting Merlinus. That should be fine. It's not like Roy's that much of a usable unit anyway. It's apparently not going to be reinforcements this way, so may as well dip Merlinus around back. These guys are going to have lances. Yeah, they're just Pegasus Knights. They're not Falcon Knights. So, may as well have Gonzalez up there as long as he's out of that guy's range. Yep. In case you need to delete the spell flinging dudes. Sure, why not? Yeah. Sounds good to me. Yeah, so it's gonna be spawning them for a while. For a while, they're gonna be coming. Gonna want to take out that mage down below. Ogier is gonna get so much axe experience. He's gonna be so friggin' good at axes. It's gonna be amazing. Can't wait. Super axe pro there. Yeah, I kind of wish the archers were going to the top squad rather than the bottom squad. Are these cavaliers approaching? I guess so. Because they have to move off those forts and all that. So, I mean, like... Yeah, I could go to lances just for, like, weapon triangle advantage on the next enemy phase, but... I don't think it matters too much, so may as well get the weapon experience that I would prefer getting here. That's what I think I'll do. Weapon level increase. Sweet. What are we at now? Like C? Oh. Oh, I think I got my... I think the reason why I'm so low on swords is because at the end of the last stream, I stabbed Narcian so many times. I should have actually put on lances there. But yeah, you're gonna get like double S's there. It's not gonna be as important for you to build up weapon level anymore. I thought I had so much more progress to make. Gonzalez is gonna form like a semi-wall in front of you. Dorothy is gonna come here and go ahead and one-shot this one. Pew! Sweet. And then... yeah, I should probably put someone here like this. You can use some EXP more, and I'm sure you'll be fine. So sure, go there like that. Meanwhile, over here, I don't know. Level 5, level 10, 12, 3. Won't be gaining EXP this turn if I do this. Not EXP this turn. Support level this turn if I do this, but... or maybe you will if I move a gear forward. But then he won't be getting his support with Larum. and all that. Wait a second, you don't even need a grind support with Ogier. That's the one that's already done. Yeah, so it doesn't even matter. They don't have to be adjacent. Who cares? All right, Merlinus, you go in your little hidey hole. You go chill there. Live your best life and all that. Guess I didn't technically have to take Merlinus this map. I just figured with a lot of my weapons looking low, like axes and swords and stuff like that, that I might not mind restocking during the map. But I could have given someone else the silver card and they just go shopping. But then I also wouldn't be able to check my inventory, my convoy in the middle of it, and just have to roughly remember what it was at. And, you know, potentially make my setup even more cursed in terms of how many lances I have, for example. And nobody wants that. I don't think. All right. Well. Gonzalez, you just want to chill out here? He's still a level 1 berserker. Why don't we just like hang back and you can have at it, honestly. 7 move. Don't have a lance or anything, or a javelin or anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't even have to move back very far. Just move back a couple tiles. How about? Is what I think I will do. All right. Yeah, have fun, Gonzalez. Yeah, of course your weapon level will be maxed out when that's the only thing that you wield. I want to move forward. Steel sword, steel lance. Hang back here. Well, why not? Yeah, I think we can just kind of chill out. This game sure loves its reinforcements. Wait, that's an accessible tile? Wait, I'm not walling as much as I thought I did here. Good thing you can't hit Larum. I might actually just move my wall forward then. Thank goodness you prioritize the dudos that can't counter. Even if your hit rate sucks. That works out fairly well for me. My mages can deal with you guys in a sec. Yeah, I think Gonzalez is just gonna like stand around here and kill them. In fact, if I move Lilina within 3 tiles, he's gonna super wreck them then. That sounds kind of fun. Because Lilina can get within 3 tiles and not worry about being hit herself. Like, what are they gonna do, huh? Check this out. Bam, support range. Let's make use of that ace support with Lilina, hell yeah. Yeah, you can walk across that, what the hell? But you can't walk across here, so this should be a valid 2-tile thing. Because you can't walk across here, you can't walk across here. So, yeah, steel lance, steel sword. So maybe you go fight this guy. Is what you do. And then Gwendolyn goes after the other one. Oh, well, whatever, that's fine. What do you expect when you're using axes against a sword? Give me that sweet, sweet axe EXP. Give me that sweet, sweet axe EXP. Look at this, another double. Amazing. Yeah, I think this is one of those maps that seems like it would be scary on paper. But now that I have the setups that I do and I can kind of chill with my strong units the way that I can, it's actually not that bad at all. Let's see here. Sure, why not? Give it a go. Give it a whirl. Do it again. Yeah, the animations are definitely slower than an FE7. No doubt. All right. I'll go get some more support with Ogier later. Get some more support with Roy for now. I'm gonna hit like the cap this map anyway, so it doesn't matter. Oh, I was just gonna get Lou in here, so I mean, yeah, no going past there. But hey, at least it'll allow Ray to reposition and keep on getting support and all that. Is what it will allow me. So yeah, grind up my support during the map for once. Because I'm on the defensive. This map and last map. Except it's a lot less scary than last map. I guess because last map is a not mandatory map. Is maybe the reason why. Alright, I think I can chill now. Yep, they're gonna be showing up for a little while. Oh, that guy's a freaking chicken. Yowdy. Okay, well, have fun. Look, my Gwendolyn's actually doing things. I was worrying for the first half of this playthrough that I had screwed myself by trying to invest into her. But I didn't. Heck yeah. I am very, very much relieved. Because I really worried with the way that it was going. Where she basically had no use, that it was going to stay that way throughout, and my other units were just going to stay consistently better. But look, she's actually doing good. It's fantastic. Gonzalez just does not care whatsoever. His crit is now 45 now that Lilina's close. I think it was like 29 or something before? I don't remember. It's almost a 50-50 chance of critting. We're just short of the 50 mark. Start having him use a killer axe here pretty soon. All right, well, that's a lot of Cavaliers. See if I care, though. Here, look at this. Take out this guy before he's a problem. Like, what's he gonna do? All right, not gonna get the Lilina support bonus this time, but that's fine. Gonna need to move a couple tiles back here, it looks like. Like that. Now I'm just out of range. Gonzalez can deal with it. He's capable. More Axe EXP time. Boop. Very sweet. What are you at now, by the way? Yeah. Yeah, I figured it was still pretty early on here. Nobody super needs heals. I can do this. If the archer goes for her, then like, who cares? Nice, I can go on that tile. These guys can just chill here. No support right now. All right. We can just kind of chill out here. Yeah, just get on out of here. Well, imagine this hit rate of sword versus axe, of a cavalier versus an armor knight. I wonder if I would have doubled that otherwise. My iron axe wasn't breaking, considering it seems like her speed is just enough. And if her speed is like just on the cusp of doubling, meaning there's probably going to be like a decent few enemies here pretty soon that she wouldn't be able to double otherwise. I'm pretty sure I have a few speed wings around. Maybe I should give them to Gwendolyn. Maybe what I should do. All right, come on, skill. Ooh, it's a plus. It's a +1, but he got a growth in the thing that he only has like a 15% growth in. So it's like the least upset I'll ever be about a +1. Especially considering he's probably going to max out his strength and speed anyway. So I can't be too upset about those not going up right now. Give it enough time and he's not even going to have to max out his level or anything. He'll get there. Maybe Gwendolyn should have that spot then. More people can attack her and she can get more axe experience. She needs it more than Ogier does at this point. Oh well, too late now. Too late now, I suppose. Or I guess not. I can rearrange using like dance shenanigans. That's what I can do. So maybe I will. Maybe that's actually what I'll do. I don't know when the last time I saved state was. So let's do that just for like safety's sake. It was right before the reinforcements started coming out. Turn 14. So I think they still go on for a few more turns. At least the Pegasus Knights, it says, well, up until turn 16. That's what it says. So hey, go and kill, how about? Dang. I was gonna get Lilina in there. Oh, well, maybe next time. We have like the wall over here. Meanwhile, we have Gonzalez soloing things over down below. Here. Well, if you can take out the archer, then sweet. That works great. You're probably going to want another axe here in a sec, so I might start bringing Merlinus up. I don't really need to have him tucked away in a corner. So I may as well. Sure. Why not? We are learning so much about that axe. It's great. Okay. Sure, start making your way up. I'll check sometime later. The site said that it was just going to be, I guess this night's from here. Maybe it's different on hard mode or something. Either way, I can deal with it. I guess I could have moved Lilina in there. Got even higher attacks and more crit. Gonzalez doesn't really care, though. He'll care a little bit, but not too much, honestly. Now crit. Well, doesn't make any difference there, I guess. Unless I crit first and it would have saved an extra ability. Yeah, now Gwendolyn is the one that gets some more EXP. And weapon experience. Whoa! Hell yeah. Gotta love crit animations in this game. And just all three of the Game Boy Advance Fire Emblem games, honestly. Ow. She is gonna be getting damage from time to time, but like I have healers over here, so who even cares? Yep, weapon triangle disadvantage, but this is what I want experience on. So it's what I'm gonna get. Yeah, Ogier is definitely the one that can wreck more. Especially when these two are giving one another support bonuses. That is definitely nice. I mean, Ogier's got both of his support partners around, which really helps him out, I would imagine. Okay, well, sure, go for that if you want. Go for that if you want. I don't care. All right, well. Here, go there. Yeah, why don't I just like do this or something? I can go ahead and say do that because you could probably use a heal. I guess I could have attacked first and then healed. Then if I took damage, I could have healed back that little smidge too. Oh, well. Yeah, this Iron Axe isn't actually going to last too much longer. I'm going to have to go get a replacement here in a sec. There's 8 more hits after this. Merlinus is going to have to bring that delivery over. That, or you just go buy one yourself, I guess. We keep on getting that support and stuff. Yeah, because you have a javelin and you're just going to be going after other people anyway. So just do this. No, you have a 0% chance to hit. If I could have you just focusing on Ogier, I could use you to max out Ogier's level if I really wanted to. Meh. Let's see here. Sure. Why not? They just keep on coming. Man, you are really dipping out, aren't you? But you don't loop around and attack someone I don't want you attacking. I might just have to send Melody on an assassination mission against you. That's what I might just have to do. Yeah, that crit rate jumps by like 15. It seems like. Oh, Gonzalez. My, oh my. Oh, that's a lot of Cavaliers. This is gonna take so long. Should I just turn off combat animations at this point? This is gonna take a little while, I would say. And some other news of other stuff. I was talking during the last chapter about the little tree that I grafted together there. I can talk about how on the weekend I went to the actual Silent Wood Exchange itself. I briefly mentioned that before. Picking up fruit tree sticks to take home and go graft and stuff. Hell yeah, weapon level increased. So now I have a whole bunch of sticks in my fridge. I'm gonna wait until a little bit later in the season, like when leaves start coming out on trees, that I start grafting them on. And the trees are waking up and energy is really flowing and stuff. So I currently have a whole bunch of apple sticks in my fridge. I have a bunch of cherry sticks, a bunch of sweet cherry types, because I want to graft those onto the sour cherry suckers in my Oma's yard. And I got a decent bit of prunus, stone fruits. I mean, cherries are stone fruits too, technically, but other ones. Plums, apricots, and peaches. because we have a plum tree in our backyard here in the city, and we have a plum tree in our yard out at the family's lake cabin. Let's see here. 3 left? Yeah. Go replenish it next time is what we'll do. So on the tree out the lake, I plan on putting like multiple types of plum and apricot. Last year I grafted on a half apricot, half plum hybrid variety. Looking forward to seeing what that tastes like, but I'd like to start putting on pure apricots too. Have a plum apricot plumcot tree. And I would put peaches out there, but like that'd be pushing my luck. Peaches wouldn't normally grow in a climate this cold. Like there are some that are a decent bit cold hardy, but when in a rural area like that, it's going to be a few degrees colder than in the city. I'd rather just be growing peaches here in the city, where 1 is a few degrees warmer, and 2, if it ever gets to be like stupid cold, then I can maybe put like a covering over those branches or some sort of insulation if I'm worried about them dying back. Is what my plan is here. So the plum tree here, I plan on turning into like a plum apricot peach tree. And the tree out at the lake can be a plum apricot tree. Don't think I can grow peaches out there. I'm going to be doing a lot of grafting this year, a lot of apple grafting. There's this tree here with the grafting stuff. There's my Oma's crab apple tree. And there's my neighbor's 2 apple trees. And they have a plum tree as well that they'd like me to graft to. Well, that's what you get. Get 2% crit. That's what you get. So grafting to a total of 4 apple trees, 3 plum trees, and however many cherry trees I decide to when there's like a bazillion cherry trees in that yard. Probably one main bushy one that'll be like my experimental ground. So lots of trees to graft to and stuff. Definitely looking forward to that. Here. Go here. Alright, let's go ahead and yoink. I want more axe experience, so give me those. Go ahead and dance. Get back over here, how about? More axe experience. Like that. This is gonna learn all about these axes. So I got a decent collection of different sticks. Pretty good. +4 with strength, speed, defense. That's pretty good. That is pretty good there. Looks like I didn't take any pictures of my sticks there. At least not. Oh, I think I did it in the Discord server here. Is the case. Yep, I did indeed. I'm getting DMs from someone that I do not at all know. I will check that sometime after the stream is over. So this is my collection of sticks. So these are all different varieties of apples. These are all different varieties of cherry. These are all different varieties of other prunus. It's a lot of them are plums, a couple of them are apricots. So it looks like, yeah, I got like 4 plum varieties, 2 apricot varieties, and this 1 type of peach that should be interesting to try out. I got a type of choke cherry, this gold choke cherry, because we have a choke cherry tree out at our lake cabin, and I'm starting to make choke cherry jelly. So I'd like to see if there's like some other flavors of other types of choke cherries, what those are like. And this was something weird and different. One of the people there that was selling sticks that I'd given some 3D printed stuff to before, he gave me some grape sticks. I don't have them in the fridge like my other things. I have them here, actually. I was wondering what I was hitting. That is my... Uh-oh. 3D printed dragon that I do not want to be running over, because that is to go to Maverick on Fragstaff. Let us not destroy the dragon that I made for him by running over it after it fell earlier there. But yeah, so these are grape. Valiant grape is the name of the variety. And I told him, like, I don't actually have any grapes that I can graft this onto, so is this still something I can use? He was like, yeah, just you know, get some rooting hormone. So I'm probably gonna pick that up tomorrow when I go pick up soil for my apple tree there that you can't even really see. You can see like a little bit of a line, I guess, but as is with the camera, you can't really see it. I'll pick up some soil for that. I'll pick up some peat-based soil for these guys. I'll pick up some rooting hormone to encourage them to root. Put them in a pot, maybe put a baggie over them that I can like keep humid and stuff like that. Spray some water in there because, you know, they don't have their own roots. I don't want them to dry up and die, so give them lots of nice humidity before they root. And you know, give them some warmth, kind of encourage them by saying, hey, it's springtime, it's warm, it's time to start waking up and growing and doing things. So yeah, I currently have 3 grape sticks that are just sitting on the side of my desk here that I'm going to try growing into full-on grapevines. So that is going to be another interesting new experiment for me. I'm gonna go on this assassination mission. I'm probably going to get attacked by arrows from at least one person on the shore, but who even cares, honestly? I've got the Delphi shield, so it doesn't matter, man. Because Melody wasn't strong enough before and needed that extra boost. All right, is there anyone else coming here? Here, let's just end turn. Oh, we might be done for reinforcements. There's nobody spawning at the beginning of that turn. It might be fair game to start pressing on. Gonzalez can probably solo a lot of that whole right side still anyway. Is what can probably happen. All right, well. Gwendolyn is really learning so much about that axe. It's great. Like, I know that generals really aren't exactly the best of units in the Game Boy Advance Fire Emblem games, but they are kind of fun to use. They literally have a lance and axe on a chain that they pull back to them. That's so friggin' cool, you know? I can't help myself. So here I am, using an armor knight. And finally actually being like, hell yeah, it's actually working well for me. I was starting to get really discouraged in her armor knight phase. But now my hopes are up. My hopes are majorly up for Gwendolyn now. Yep, here they come. Yep, well. Yeah, it's just a bunch of cavaliers. What do they have? Lances? Yep. I should probably still save state just in case that killer lance guy, like, super wrecks me. Yeah. I don't think I need to heal. I'll get into the woods and bait them out coming up here. Alina for support bonuses and all that. Probably save state, like, next turn just in case I get randomly crit. Because I don't want that to happen. Meanwhile, up here, yep, go ahead and kill this guy. See you later, dude. All my efforts and all my grinding is paying off. Or maybe this map just gets significantly easier, and if you wanted to stay harder, you would go down the Sake route. I don't know. That could be the case as well. I don't know. B, it's not like you guys need weapon experience or anything. Yeah, like, I could leave them alive just for Gwendolyn, I guess. To go around poking. That guy's really dipping out, wow. And because I gave Gwendolyn a couple axes to help even things out, wow. I could max out Melody with this. I could. That guy... The first guy didn't prioritize going after Gwendolyn, who he would be able to do damage to, and instead prioritized Melody, probably because, like, in the programming, they're probably told to, like, prioritize flyers or something then? Huh. I'm intrigued. Let me just kill you quick. Let's see here. Let's say I were to go here. I am a bit curious. Yeah, so how about I go onto this tile here? Oh, I don't have another iron axe after this. Yeah, about that. Well, I mean, yeah, could be pretty good. Be ready to dip into here if you really need to, I guess. You guys be kind of at the ready in case you're needed for anything, but you probably won't be. All right, well. Oh, I should have turned combat animations back on for that. That's what I should have done. Oh, well. You know how it plays out at this point anyway. You know how it plays out. You know what happens. Yeah, they go after her. Some of them do. If I take Larum out of there, might change things. Here. Stay here so I have like forest tile stuff. Keep on getting support bonuses as those other guys come after me in a sec. Dang, well. Sometimes it'd be like that. Well. This is probably fair enough game. May as well lance now. That's what I may as well do. Sweet. Look at that. Double S. All right, well. Sure, just chill there for now. Let me deal with those Cavaliers, and then I'll figure out what the hell I'm doing with the archers. Oh, they're going after Melody now. I guess I should have gone a little bit further in. Whatever, she can hold her own. More than well enough. Heck yeah, another weapon rank up. Okay, that works. I was gonna feed them to Gwendolyn, but okay. Okay, so then... Oh, and you go after her anyway. Oh, you did 1 damage. And they switch targets. Do you have a slightly different bow or something then? Steel bow, steel bow, steel bow. 15, 14, 13. Yeah, they have different stats though, so guess that makes a difference. Here, keep on getting this support. Keep on getting this support. Oh, I think I saw the support option there. So, I may as well just like chill here, right? What I may as well do. Meanwhile, Gonzalez just shoves his face up this way. He'll break that axe, but that axe will have carried him like all the way across this way. You had sleep. I can use up that sleep while I'm doing all the shenanigans. Over on the other side that I am is what I can do. Yeah, see ya. Okay, yeah, you can do 1 damage. I need to be on a tile they can all attack from. So maybe if instead I'm here, because then that guy can move up here. Maybe they'll prioritize doing that. I don't know. Yeah, I can't quite get all the way in there yet anyway. I'll get into that sleep staff range in a second here. All right, meanwhile, this squad just runs forward. Gonzalez kind of soloed his whole side. So, I mean, yeah, they're just kind of going after her. Meanwhile, we can get the sleep staffs used up. Okay, nice. Okay, so I was in your sleep staff range. Cool. And yeah, I mean, if you're the only one in that range, your evasion's probably going to be pretty good. So you can probably just dodge it a whole bunch. Here. Back to keyboard so I can do this. Okay, well, they do bits of 1 damage at a time. So, like, it's just one of them that does 0 damage. I mean, most of the time they miss anyway. There, no more sleep staff. I can deal with those guys really quickly if I want to. But maybe I will. Will I bait you out at all if I were to say go into that range? Let's not give you the opportunity to be in that fort, preferably. Let's see here. Okay, well, I mean, if you don't come forward, Silver Axe Javelin. Yeah, I mean, one of them might be able to climb into the fort in a second, but like crit them. But I'm sure that's fine if they do. Alina will probably be okay. She's not gonna get double against those guys, probably. I know her speed sucks, but like... Sweet. Speed, speed, speed. Ooh. Nice. Horse Slayer. Reaver. Here for a little bit of extra safety. Now it's only one that can attack Alina. Now it doesn't matter whether I use lances or swords. Whee! Because they're both maxed out. Okay. Yep, figured something like that would probably happen. Okay. Yeah, the healing from the forts and stuff. And then... Yeah. Here's the last use of that iron axe. Carry me up until the final foe. Amazing. Don't think there's any supports over here to grind. Like, that one's done. Claren was going to be Rutger and, Dorothy. I can work on that one then. Yeah. Yeah, so I can work on that support here in the meantime if I haven't built up, like, too many support points on the other side already anyway. Yeah, it looks like there's a support here. So Ray and Lou, I believe, was going to be B. Yeah. Because Lou was going to get A with Melody, was the case. But, hey, we can at least have this. Ray! What? Are you doing alright? What do you mean, alright? I was a little worried that you'd left again. The first time was so sudden. You just left a note and disappeared. I thought you might have walked off again without a word. Lou. Your note said you wanted to train your dark magic skills alone. Was I in your way? You didn't want me around? No, that's not it. I always planned to come back once I became a powerful shaman. I knew it, Ray. I knew you'd come back for the children. What? No, that's not... I'm so relieved. You haven't changed at all. You're still the kind-hearted Ray I know and love. I'll go pray. I'm going to thank the gods for letting me see you again. Bye, I guess? Why is he like that? And that's where that conversation is ending. Yeah, no support here. Doesn't seem like. All right, well. Ow. But why? What have I done to deserve such a fate? Ow. Yeah, that one's probably not worth it to grind. Probably? I can, in theory, dip back onto, like, the forts for free healing. But, I mean, how often is he gonna miss there? Honestly. I'll probably go kill him in a second here. Just use the steel axe, whatever. This is what I'll do. So, I mean... Could probably get my turn-ending script going here. It's been a while since I've used it. Let's see here, my Binding Blade folder. Grinding.hk, I might need to adjust the timing on it. Did I have my other auto hotkey script running in the background? Why is it lagging here? Whatever script is running, whether it's that one or a different one, let's just close it. Okay, let's try opening this again. Older instance of the script is already running anyway. I believe B was my button to do it. I can always open it in Notepad and see anyway. Open a Notepad. Yep, B is what starts a loop. I still haven't gotten around to like making a hotkey that breaks a loop, so I still have to just like kill the program every time. So, I mean, let's see here. If I were to say, let's see here. Let's put on some tunes, how about? Whoops, no, not muting it. Just keeping it kind of low. Playlist is on shuffle. Okay, so I'm probably gonna need to like majorly adjust the timing here. So I'm probably going to need to do to a decent degree. Yeah, let's see here. No, dang it. Let's see. The script here. So it waits 2.5 seconds at the end. And surely it's doing the inputs like in the middle of that whole thing. So let's say it's waiting 6 seconds instead. Is what we'll say. Nope, not that AHK script. That's for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. This AHK script. Let's see what 6 seconds is like. Maybe 4 seconds. That's maybe what I'll try here. All right, let's see. Let's set 4,000 milliseconds. And then let's run the script again. Okay, well, it's pretty close. Maybe 4.2 seconds. Something. Ow. Gonna have to dip out from there from time to time. Yeah, it's close. So instead of 4,000 milliseconds, let's say 4,250. So 4.25 seconds. Let's see what that's like. Yeah, it seems like it's probably pretty close, right? Probably. Oh, got a hit there. Nope, it needs to be a little bit longer. Let's just say 5 seconds. Screw it. 5,000. I edit my code to. And then I boop like this. Look, I'm gonna get a free level up off of that. On both of them. Gonna have to pay a little bit of attention to their health sometimes. Yep. 3 XP per turn here. So hell yeah. Meanwhile, we're grinding out other supports. Are you shitting me? Like, I get it that there are presumably some stats that are maxed, but I feel like you should minimum be getting a +1. Like, let's say you've maxed out everything except for your resistance stat. That should force you to get a +1 in your resistance stat. That's the argument that I make when it comes to these games. That there shouldn't be a thing as a +0 unless your stats are all maxed. Because then it's like you leveled up for absolutely nothing. The game just gives you a big middle finger and tells you to go screw yourself. So, 1 level up did absolutely nothing. Thank you, Binding Blade. What an amazing, well-designed Fire Emblem game you are. You are so good. Well. Ow. This is the part where I could have talked about, like, grape sticks and things. This is what I could have done. Planet Zoo music, I believe, here. I'll take a brief healing break in a second, I think. Maybe check for supports. And then I can talk about, like, some of the other stuff going on around here. This is what I can do. Maybe I'll get that level up with Gonzalez. Yeah, I mean, Melody's getting EXP at a pretty good pace here. I said that I wasn't going to save state scum for better level ups, but man, getting a +0 makes me tempted. These guys are going to break their bows eventually. If they keep on getting hits. All right. I'd say it's about time. It is about time to take that Healy break, because yikes. He hit me 5 times, it looks like. Let's see here. Chill out. Hey, look, support. Sweet. So yeah, let me just confirm here that, I mean, I technically wouldn't even have to confirm because one of them would be minimum B anyway, and Rutger clearly isn't here, so clearly Dorothy wants to go to B, but I always like to make sure. Yeah, Dorothy was going to have a B support with Claren. So, let's see it here. Let's get another support. So, Dorothy, what is your schedule like? I'm pretty busy even off the battlefield. I help cook meals and stuff. What? Leave such dirty jobs to that plebeian Merlinus fellow. The plebeian? Sir Merlinus is plebeian. How do you take care of your hair? I wash it with water. What? I don't believe this. Here, use this shampoo. Wash your hair with it 3 times a day. 3 times a day? I wash my hair once a day. And, you know, I try to take very good care of my long hair. But 3 times? But it looks so expensive. I appreciate it, but I think it would be wasted on me. None of that now. I'm offering it to you. Please take it. Oh, well, thank you, I guess. Additionally, you must change your speech patterns. Try to speak more like me, with a refined, elegant tone. Okay. My, such a beautiferous day. Let us partake of the tea and of the crumpets. Like that? This will take much work. First things first, you must learn how to take care of your hair. And how to choose your dresses, and how to dance properly, and how to turn down offers from men. Not much? That is just to start. You mustn't give up. The path to becoming a refined lady is a difficult one indeed. So it seems. Support level increased. I would move away so that we didn't build up any more support points, but, like, you're done, so there wouldn't be any more support points to build up anyway. So, I don't need to concern myself with that. They're done. Do we have a thing? Oh, we do. Okay. So, yeah, Roy is going to have his A with Laram. So, once he actually promotes and becomes strong, which I don't actually know when it is, like, it better be soon. There's only so much game left. But once he promotes and becomes strong, sticking around the healer is going to make him, the refresher is going to make him a whole lot stronger. Yeah, that is indeed my plan here. I always like to double check these things. Yeah. So this will have been a great map for supports. It seems like. Lord Roy. Laram. There you are. I have another dance to show you. Yeah. Lord Roy? Are you avoiding me? No, not at all. You are so. I saw you step back when I came. You're bracing yourself so you can dodge me. You're imagining things. Don't look away when you talk to me. Why is my left eye so itchy? But you don't like me. You don't want to see my dancing at all. That's it, isn't it? That's not true. Really? Thanks. That makes me so happy. Whoa. What? That's the final support conversation? Really? Well, I mean, like, I don't know. Here, get this to Lou. I don't know if they'll get any support points for this, considering you want to end turn and stuff like that with them nearby, but, you know, Lou is lower level than Ray, so may as well still do that. Out of curiosity. Yeah, this isn't gonna go on that much longer anyway. All right, well. Yeah, I could run my script again, but it might not account for the duration of time that should now be factored in when Gonzalez is healing there a little bit. Oh, okay. That actually works pretty well then. So yeah, I'll get a couple more level ups here. I'll finish this melody grind and then I'll be on my merry way. I got several support conversations this map. This map was great. This map turned out amazingly, I'd say. Here, let's okay, go ahead and do that. Here, just so I can kind of keep at it for a while. Let's just top up, how about? Like that. Even though I don't really need to per se. Let's just do it anyway. Okay. Whee! Okay, maybe the cursor around here-ish. And then I run my script. I end turn like this. I speed it up. And then I hit the script button and it starts doing it for me. I might not be the biggest ultra pro at strategy games ever, but I sure know how to take advantage of every little opportunity a game will give me and find ways to cheese things. And I know how to program things and make the friggin' program I wrote do it for me. So I have my methods. Well, strength, speed, can't go wrong with that. I'm sure he'll max them out before he's done. Most likely. Yeah, that broke the rhythm of the cycle. No. My God. I could make this script perfect if I wasn't running at super speed and I risked inputs like cycling down around too far. But I'll take the additional speed and me having to catch those sometimes. Hold on, what's this level up gonna be? What's it gonna be? Oh my god, hold on. What the hell? Like, yeah, she has 3 things max. That's pretty friggin' good. So that explains the +0s. But come on, HP, luck, defense, res. Could you gain those things? Maybe. I guess getting her level up there is going to be pretty inconsequential, considering she's getting +0s most of the time anyway. Screw it. Okay. And some other stuff that I can talk about in the meantime. I've been getting pretty regularly into Taekwondo again. So there were times that I was trying to get into it regularly ever since like on and off COVID and like university busyness. But I was going a max of like once a week, which still very much pales in comparison to like the 3 times a week that I was going pre-COVID. And now I've started going 2 times a week. I've started going to Taekwondo with my younger little cousin. I guess that's just the shortest way to to say that. I was about to say my little cousin, but I don't know if that's the best way to say that. So we've started going together twice a week, and she used to be in Taekwondo before COVID happened. Hasn't been in Taekwondo since COVID until, you know, going with me together recently. And you know, just very slightly under the normal age to be able to join into the adult classes with me. But the instructor was like, yeah, you guys can just come together and train in the adult class here anyway. And before COVID, the rank that she had gotten to was red belt, I believe I remember hearing. And so because it had been so long since doing Taekwondo and at such a young age there, that stuff isn't really going to be remembered all that well. So very much a lot of this has been very much like relearning a lot of this stuff again. And for a while, she was just coming in like normal street clothes, and that's what the instructor said that she could do, is just like, you know, come in normal street clothes like it's a trial class, and, you know, we'll figure out the whole belt and uniform thing later. And when she had talked to him about like what rank she'd be starting at, he had said like, well, if you had gotten all the way up to red belt, then start coming regularly for a decent while, and, you know, I'll get a sense for what your level is at, and you can discuss with me like what level you want to start at. Oh, I guess that guy's done. And we'll start there. So recently she ended up getting a uniform and dug out the corresponding belt from the closet to put on, starting at blue belt, which is actually a really, really strong start and really generous of the instructor to allow her to do that. Because if memory serves, it has been a long time since I was in the color belt program, but if memory serves, I believe the order goes like white, yellow stripe, yellow, green stripe, green, blue stripe, blue, red stripe, red, black stripe, black belt. So, you know, like over halfway there, I believe. And when I was a kid going through the program, I went red belt, black stripe, and then the junior black belt program, which is what the children's program goes through. So I then went black with white stripe, then black with yellow stripe, then black with green stripe, then black with blue, then black with red, then black with purple, and then I could test for black belt. And then I finally got my black belt when I was 12. I don't know where the heck the music went, so let's go ahead and exit the script for a hot second. It's doing a weird thing where it shows it's the end of the video, but it's not playing the next thing. Let's go for another Planet Zoo theme if it's gonna let me manually choose here anyway. How about Hero Giraffe? I like that one. I've used it in a lot of videos. I've used that one in a whole bunch. Let me open up the script here again. But because she's with me in the adult program, there aren't junior black belts in that program. So if she gets up to black stripe with red belt, then it would just be like black belt immediately after that. So, you know, a lot less than I would have had to go through. So, you know, a very, very good position there, essentially. And very generous of the instructor to make that offer of, you know, come regularly, have a feel for what your skill level is at, and then start where you're comfortable. That was very, very generous. And during the day that she got her uniform there, since the old one wouldn't fit anymore since it was from so long ago, the head instructor of the school, you know, measured her height and then got a uniform that was a little bit bigger for her current height, so that there was like room to grow into it. And after giving her a uniform, I came out and I asked what do I owe you, sir? And he looks at me with a little bit of confusion and asks, for what? And I say, like, well, for the uniform, sir. And he said, oh, no, that's okay. She's gonna cover it. And I was like, wait, what? But apparently she had offered to cover it herself, which was, you know, a really generous thing to do there when I was more than willing to cover it. And when I was discussing like that in the car with her on the drive home, she had said that apparently, though she had offered to provide cash at some point later to cover the $65 of a uniform, apparently the instructor had said that he doesn't want cash. Make it up some other way, like leaving it up to her discretion, her creativity for how to go about that. Like maybe that'll end up being some volunteer stuff at the dojang, doing something nice for the dojang, continued participation and stuff there. I don't know. So I guess there's room for interpretation there. But man, it's a family-run business. There's the master of the dojang and his son, who's the head instructor, who I'm referring to here most of the time. That family is so dang nice. Like, oh well, we're done with Melody. Like, ever since my on and off schedule with COVID, I've not been paying for classes since you know, I couldn't come in regularly, and so the instructor was just like, you know, Jake, you're one of our longest time students, so anytime you feel like coming in and training, just come in and train. Like, don't worry about payment. We'll figure that out like sometime later when you're ready. Let's change this back to like 2.5 seconds on the script so that it's a little bit more efficient, and then run it again. Sure, I'll keep that up for a little while. And there have been multiple times over the years that I've said like, hey, you know, I feel kind of bad because it feels like I'm taking advantage of your kindness. And he's like, oh, well, I don't feel taken advantage of, so you shouldn't have to feel like you're taking advantage of me. And it's just like, they were so friggin' nice. Like, the head instructor of the school and the master of the school are very much like major role models in my life. Like, I'm pressing the wrong buttons here. I very, very much look up to them. I think that they are very inspirational and just very genuine, very truly kind people. And now that I'm coming regularly, I would like to start paying for classes, but like, I'm still looking for a job right now. is the case. I'm still on the hunt. Okay, just before I get randomly crit or something. And growing up, I was always, you know, having my classes being provided for me by my parents. They were the ones that were paying for my classes. So right now, I think the approach is continue to like not pay for classes, so I'm not asking my parents to be doing that. But once I get a job, once I've settled into a schedule, I'm gonna go to paying for my own classes and, you know, be slowly repaying the instructors in the school here is what I would like to do. Finally be making it up myself and be repaying some of that kindness and, you know, doing my part. Wow, I'm eating a whole bunch of hits very frequently there. So that's my plan. And once I get a job and I know what my schedule is looking like, then I'm gonna start seriously looking for a dog to adopt again. Like right now, I feel like it probably isn't the best time to be adopting a dog where it's like, this specific dog needs people around a lot of the time. And then if I go work a job like full time away from home, then that might not be the best fit. Oh my God, stop. But if I end up getting like a work at home job, for example, and whoops, and I have lots of time around here, then that will definitely make a change to my schedule. How much time I'm able to put in and what kind of doggies I can support. Because I have very, very much wanted a doggie around here again for a long, long time. Be nice to have someone around here. Let's see here. Get the script running again. Whoops, no. Someone to go on walks and adventures with and just, you know, hang out and enjoy the company with, play with. I'm sure a lot of people on stream probably wouldn't mind having someone else around here again. The good old doggy cam that we had around here for years before it became the print cam of me not knowing what else to do with it. It would just be very nice to have the presence of a dog around. It's been long enough now that I've gotten used to not having a dog around here, and it is definitely easier not having a dog, but it's not necessarily better, you know? So I would like to get a doggy again, but while I'm in the middle of this job hunt, I don't think now is exactly a responsible time to be doing that. I would like to get a new job, kind of settle into it, and figure out my schedule is looking like, and go look into adoptions accordingly. And then finally get another doggy around here. So I know I've been saying that I wanted to get another doggy again for a while now, but now with this whole job hunt thing, I think that this is like the order that makes sense, is get job first and then go see about adopting doggies sometime later. Well, there's something that went up. I'm also trying to look into getting a new vehicle in the nearish future, since like, I love my car. My 2005 Pontiac Vibe is what I drive. It is about like the most fuel efficient vehicle you can find. Whoa, let's do a little bit of healing just for safety's sake here. Like, it's a small vehicle, but it's a hatchback. It has lots of space. The back folds all the way flat, which is great for hauling stuff to and from LAN events or sleeping in the back of the car at LAN events. Like, I love the storage in that thing. Good turning radius. I can really maneuver it around well. Sure, 2 more javelin uses. It is just a really nice vehicle, and it served this family well. I've been the owner for about 10 years now. I was in university 7 years. It's been 1 year since I graduated university. Almost a year since I graduated university. It's technically less than a year, but you know, so 8 years at least. And then I think I bought it in grade 11. So, you know, tack on 2 more years of grade 11, grade 12. It might have been grade 12. I've been the owner of that vehicle for at least 9 or 10 years. Technically not on paper. My parents are still like the owner on paper. Technically the only car that I own, the only vehicle I own on paper is my 1953 Fargo truck. So, I guess I'm done. So you could argue that was legally my first vehicle, funnily enough. All right, well. Sure. So that car has served me well. It was my dad's car before that point, and he bought it used. And the person that he bought it from wasn't even the original owner either. So I think I'm like the 4th owner or something at this point on this now 20-year-old car that has like 450,000 kilometers on its odometer. It's been around. That car has very, very much been around. And, you know, it still works great for the most part. I have trouble with the climate control at times, the heating and cooling. I struggle with that a little bit. I have some issues with like the door panel buttons, but in terms of like as a vehicle getting from point A to point B, it is pretty great. The biggest issue that I have is just that it's very light and it's 2-wheel drive, which is a little bit tricky in this climate for winter. Anytime winter is rolling around, I put on the winter tires and I dump sandbags into my car, underneath the seats and into the back. I get 4 sandbags in there every season. Is what I do, which is not exactly a conventional thing. It's basically springtime, but I'm pretty sure I still have a couple sandbags in the back of my car right now. Just because I feel a little bit safer that way. Because it's such a light vehicle and with 2-wheel drive, there have been multiple instances where it's like a red light last second and I slam on the brakes and I just slide through the intersection across the ice, and it is not a very reassuring kind of feeling there. I've luckily never got into an accident with it. It's honestly a great summertime vehicle. In winter, you know, I drive very carefully. I have a lot of stopping distance, but there are some times where you do need to suddenly hit the brake and you're just gonna keep on going whether you want to or not. It can be somewhat easy to get stuck with it being a light vehicle as well. It's never been too bad for me. Here, I'm gonna try just a little bit more of this, because I can't help myself with Ogier. He's just real good. I also only have so many heal steps, so I wouldn't be able to keep this up too long anyway. So I would like to get an all-wheel drive vehicle. Hopefully one that is like of a comparable kind of size, so that, you know, I feel like it's not super massive, because I like the size of my car where it's like it feels small, not super insanely small, but on the smaller kind of side, and it has good maneuverability and stuff like that. Still has lots of space, so I'd like something else that's a hatchback and I can dump a whole bunch of stuff into for when I'm going to LAN events, because, you know, I go to 5 LAN events every year. Damn. Is it because he has things already maxed? Tell me it's because he has things already maxed. No. Well, it's one of his lower things, so it's not the worst thing ever, I guess. I would like something with heated seats. That would be something really nice for the winter time when it gets super stupid cold around here. I would like something with Bluetooth so I can connect my phone. I don't even believe I have a cigarette adapter in my, or cigarette lighter that I can connect my phone to my car through. I have a radio and I guess a DVD player in there that I've never used. And that's it. So I usually plug my phone in so that's charging through my car. And then I just put my phone in the cup holder. So like the speakers are in the bottom and then the cup holder kind of projects it upward. So I have a little bit of a haphazard MacGyver setup. And you know, I would like to actually be able to listen to the speakers in the vehicle itself, giving me some awesome audio of some really sweet tunes that I want to listen to, you know, is what I would like. So I want an all-wheel drive vehicle with heated seats and Bluetooth, and is comparable to my car in terms of like size and space, if at all possible. That is what I'm looking for. Just something that I can use like really long term. Like, hey, I'm through with the university. Now it's time for like beginning the next stages of life. I would like something that I can be using for like the next decade or two, something like that. And I can really, really enjoy like that. This triangle strategy Synthesia cover. I was like, wait a second, or just piano cover in general. Maybe it's not necessarily Synthesia. I was like, wait a second. What is this from again? I love triangle strategy music. That was such a good game. One of those games I wish that I could experience blind again for the first time. It's just really good. So yeah, I'd like something long term, but I think once I get a new vehicle, I am not going to sell my current one. That would be a really common thing with a lot of people is, you know, buy a new vehicle, sell your old one so you're fully replacing it. Been reading some of those scripts on Patreon. There are some really good jokes in them. I'm glad you liked them. Is it just ones that I have actual videos of? Because most of them would be ones that I have actual videos of. Though a decent few of them are ones that are like not yet existent videos slash I don't know if will ever become a video. There's probably a decent few like that. Let's see. Let's start schmooving everybody over, especially Roy, because I'm gonna have to seize, because that's how it goes. But yeah, I think that once I get a new vehicle, that my Pontiac Vibe is probably going to go be stored in my Oma's garage, since there's no vehicles being stored in there. Like, she doesn't drive or anything. And then if I want to take my Vibe to like a LAN event, I still can. If ever there's like a really long trip to make in the summertime and I just want the most fuel efficient thing I can use, I'm using the Vibe. But the main reason why I want to keep it is because as a vehicle, despite its age, it still works just fine, and it's a great starter vehicle. It has worked fine for me for so long, so I think it would be a great starter vehicle for my cousin's kids once they get older to be driving on their own. Because their household, with their dad, my cousin, only has like the one vehicle there that eventually all of them would need to be sharing, I guess, if they're all driving. And their back garage, where I currently store my Fargo truck, would presumably be able to be used for a vehicle one day that I guess like the kids would be using. They can have a vehicle of their own. So like then they can potentially use my vehicle, or like, you know, which would then be their vehicle because I'd have a different vehicle at that point. Or maybe their Opa's vehicle, my uncle's vehicle, since he has a extra one that he's trying to get rid of as well. So, I mean, whichever they end up preferring, they can go with my car or their grandpa's car, whichever. Or maybe there's one of them for each of the kids, who knows? Because I am absolutely willing to cut them a deal for a cheaper starter vehicle for them to get around from point A to point B and all that. Because I do think it really is handy having your own vehicle and all that. It can make a big difference. I mean, public transport here is definitely not half bad, but sometimes there's some places that you just can't get through public transport, and it can be just really handy having a vehicle in general. Nearly died laughing at the shade thrown in the start of the open world one. Is that the one that I've been writing recently? I think I added it to that folder. In terms of video essays, I started wanting to write one on like open world games after getting inspired by playing Ghost of Tsushima as like a positive example of semi-open world, getting inspired by Mario and Luigi Brothership as a negative example of semi-open world, and me getting bored on my mind playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla recently as just like the most nothing burger of an open world. So playing all these games recently has made me want to talk about open world. So I started writing a script for an open world video essay. But now I've been inspired to start working on like another different one, which I don't think I've added to that folder yet, on like the Switch 2, because there's been a lot of misinformation going out around it, which I guess I'll talk about this briefly now. Let's pause the vehicle discussion for a second. Assassin's Creed Valhalla made Pokemon Legends Arceus feel like a fleshed out world. You're not wrong. You are very much not wrong. I was thinking about streaming Assassin's Creed Valhalla tonight as I had like more plant stuff to share, but I was like, I did that recently and that game is just so friggin' boring. I'd rather play Blinding Blade. So really quickly with the Switch 2, there's been a lot of controversy around the prices now that those are costing $80 USD in the States. And I was curious and I looked into it. At first I thought like, oh, it's just a tariffs thing. And then I found out that like the prices are up everywhere, at least the places that prices have been posted already. So I started putting together a script for like accounting for inflation and stuff. I'll add it to that folder right now is what I'll do. The exclusive Patreon folder of where is it again? Move. There's like ROMs, there's game stuff for university. That's 3D printing stuff, video essays. Move. There we go. Kind of add some mods just to get through Valhalla without a lethal dose of boredom. Yeah, honestly. But anyway, everyone is outraged about the prices of Nintendo Switch 2 games. So I started doing some research, and when you calculate for like inflation for like the prices across consoles, this $80 price point, like USD to today's money, is actually the same price it's been since the Wii. It's been hovering around that mark when you account for inflation. So it's been that way for like the past 15 years. And before that point, it's been significantly more expensive. So I thought that was interesting. And then the $70 price point is significantly cheaper. Like, of course, if you buy like a $60 Nintendo Switch game in 2024 and then a $80 Nintendo Switch 2 game in 2025, obviously that's going to be significantly more expensive. But comparing to launch years, that $80 Nintendo Switch 2 game in 2025 is about the same price when accounted for inflation as a $60 Switch 1 game in 2017 when that console launched. And I thought that was interesting. But I was like, okay, but that's not necessarily completely accurate because like, you know, income changes as well. So I started calculating the, based on like this page here, the annual median income in the States. And I wanted to get a figure for 2025 and down to 2012 for the launch of the Wii U. So I calculated like the change compared to previous years and made averages and then like made some inferences about the blanks here and then calculated the game price as a percentage of annual median income, and it's still less. And now I'm thinking like, okay, maybe that still doesn't account for it because like living expenses are also still going up. So now I want to like track down statistics on like the annual like living expenses in the States and see if you take the annual median income and subtract the living expenses and then like the rest is your expendable income, what is the price as a percentage of that? And then maybe that will be like the most accurate, most fair thing. But from the numbers I'm crunching so far, this whole like Nintendo Switch games are $80 now rather than $60 USD is really not that shocking from like the numbers that I've crunched so far. And I'm like I'm no expert when it comes to economics. I'm an actual idiot. Like I'm just some dude with a calculator, which is why I'm trying to take time to like verify this stuff and like be sure and like, you know, be factoring other things like median income. I know that like the economy in the States is like in a really bad state right now, so you also have to account for that. But yeah, they were also a lot more expensive to make. Discs are like the cheapest thing that you can make. So I mean, in terms of just like production of the actual thing itself, things like Wii U, GameCube probably would have been relatively cheap. Production costs increased with Switch and Switch 2. And that's another thing that I talked about was like the difference in production costs is cartridges are more expensive. We are developing on more expensive hardware. Tariffs are going to make this a lot more difficult considering it seems like Switch 2 consoles are being made in Vietnam, and there is a 46% tariff on Vietnam. Or there was, and then like 90-day pause. So in 90 days, then the 46% tariff will be back on, and that is going to make a massive difference there. If they were making this stuff in China, like they used to be before they pivoted to Vietnam, like I've been finding out a shit ton of stuff from this research here. Then they would be under that, what is it, like 145% tariff or whatever the heck, whatever it ends up being at. So that is definitely a major factor too. And it seems like we here in Canada are going to be like struggling with the tariffs as well, because it seems like the packaging is made in the States. As far as I could find, and I found this from like Nintendo Careers America. I did some friggin' digging, man. This is okay. I linked the thing somewhere down here. Let's see here. I might change the wording in like some of this stuff here. Let's see here. Not that one. I don't know. It's something here. But and I'm comparing like the yen to other foreign currencies like the Vietnamese dong and the Chinese yuan. And you can see that compared to the dong, compared to the yuan, compared to USD, the yen is actually losing buying power. So like inflation is affecting the yen as well, of course, but at like a higher degree than these other currencies. So it is actually costing more and more yen to buy the same amount of USD as before, to buy the same amount of Vietnamese dong as before, as they're developing like their Switch 2 consoles there. So it is getting more and more expensive on them to produce the same things due to their own currency, especially tanking. And it seems, as far as I could find, like I couldn't find any specifics on like the manufacturing on Nintendo Switch cartridges and cases, as this stuff doesn't seem to be publicly disclosed. But on one of the Nintendo career pages for like the states, where you select like what facility you want to like apply to, there's this one in somewhere Washington that says that it is like a packaging facility, and it seems very heavily implied that the cartridges are made elsewhere, like the cartridges are maybe made in Japan, or maybe the chips are made in Japan and then they're assembled elsewhere like Vietnam or China. And then the cartridges are the things that are shipped out internationally that go to like key processing facilities for packaging, like the like this facility in the States in Washington, where things are packaged for the States, for Canada, and for Latin America. That seems to be like the main packaging facility for the Americas. So because these cartridges are going through the States to be packaged there before they come to Canada, I would imagine that means that we're, you know, eating some of the pain of the tariffs as well, because it has to go through the States first. Like maybe it's not tariff, like maybe it's not counted as being sold to the States, because as I found out, tariffs are done based on transaction value, the value that you're selling it to the country, not the MSRP. So if there's an $80 Switch game, it is not 46% of $80, it is 46% of whatever Nintendo is selling it to that GameStop for, whatever they're importing it into the country for, the transaction value. Hell yeah. And I don't know how much they sell it for, so you just kind of have to guess with that. But still, like a significant amount if it's going to be like 46%. So essentially the amount that's being declared on the custom forms as like the value of the item is what is being tariffed. So if you're not actually selling the item in the States itself and it's only being packaged and then sent to Canada, would it be tariffed? I don't know. I don't know enough about this stuff, and maybe I'll do more research. But so I started making that open world essay, but now with all this like drama about the Switch 2 and everyone being like, oh my god, these prices are the most absurd thing ever, Nintendo is like more greedy than they've ever been. But then you actually account for like median annual income and inflation, and you see that that's actually just not the case at all. I've felt more and more driven to make this video essay, but I want to make sure that I'm doing it right when I don't know shit about the intricacies of economics. So I'm trying my best here, but now I really want to make that video essay, and then maybe I'll go back to making an open world video essay. And it'd be fun to just like be making more video essays on general topics like this again, rather than like specific games. It's fun to make ones on like general topics that cover like stuff in the industry in general, you know? So there's that. But yeah, sure know how to make the tariffs confusing. They do. Yeah, they definitely do. Probably get away with buying UK copies of games if it's bad enough. Apparently, from what I've heard, apparently the price is even more expensive in Europe. And some of my European viewers have told me that like the prices have just been like higher in Europe compared to the Americas for a while now, that's been like the norm. So I don't know what's going on with like getting stuff to and selling stuff in Europe that makes it different, but it sounds like I guess they have their own set of issues that they're dealing with. So, you know, unless the price goes way up because of tariffs, it probably wouldn't be worth it to buy European copies of these games. So yeah, let's see here. Sure, go ahead and do that really quickly. 1 in the morning. Maybe this should be my last map. Or maybe I'll do one more anyway. I don't know. I can just take pot shots at this guy for free at this point. Yeah, I already have that on there. But yeah, just make the video essay and open with disclosure like I am not an economics expert. I do have that in my premise, saying like, hey, I tried to understand this as best I could from like my limited understanding of the topic, but keep in mind I'm not an expert. This is not my field. But I do think that is something important to discuss. Like, I would be the very last person to be out here being like, Nintendo was being wrongly attacked, so leave the multi-billion-dollar company alone. Like, I don't care about that. But I do care about the spread of misinformation. So, I mean, when people are saying things like, Nintendo is greedier than they've ever been, when you actually crunch the numbers and you find that that's not actually remotely the case, or the game data isn't even on the cartridges, everything is a game key card. No, it's not. Just read the actual page and it's pretty evident that like both the regular game cards and game key cards exist. Like, one of the things I try to emphasize in the script that I have so far for that video is, you know, you want to go after this multi-billion-dollar anti-consumer, anti-fun company? Please do. Go for it. I'm very much of the opinion that Nintendo doesn't get enough hate. But if you're doing it, do so informed. Do so, like, aware of what's going on and the factors at play here, and make your arguments based off of that, taking that into consideration. I mean, I still don't want to set a precedent that lets other companies start charging $80 for games I care about my wallet. Yeah, I don't want like the price to be going up. I want to be able to afford more games. If they're $80 USD, I am going to have to be more selective about what games that I buy and not just be going around picking up all sorts of random shit like Princess Peach Showtime so I can get like 24th fastest in the world and all that. I would have to be a whole lot more selective. Obviously, I wouldn't want the prices to go up. But when the value of the US dollar in the past, since 2012, since the launch of the Wii U in the past 13 years, considering the value of the US dollar has dropped by almost 40% and it stayed at $60 throughout that time, it really only was a matter of time before they increased to account for inflation. Because, like, I honestly would have been surprised, like, after looking into all this, if it had stayed at $60, especially when you consider, like, the increased production costs and the craziness going on with, like, cartridges, tariffs, switching things over to Vietnam, having stuff go through the States in the middle of all this mess, factoring all that in, and just the fact that the US dollar has lost 40% of its value in the past a little bit over a decade. And the yen has been losing even more value than that and is significantly losing buying power compared to these foreign currencies that they base a lot of their production in. I don't think that these staying at a $60 price point is reasonable anymore. I can probably get like Lou in there or something, is what I can do. At least those are the conclusions that I've come to here. Where it's like, obviously I don't want prices to go up, but I don't necessarily think that it's realistic to stay the same here. The yen is never going to recover. Japan has problems it can't solve, unfortunately. Yeah, it seems like that might well be the case. And now I want to look deeper into like some of the issues going on in Japan, because I had no idea that the yen was depreciating this insanely much until I started doing this research. And I was like, holy crap, the yen has been losing value. What the heck? Like, it is really losing buying power. It is pretty insane. Let's see here. It's 2 in the morning, so this will probably just be like a 2-map night. Their population has been dying out since World War II. I knew that South Korea had a major population collapse. I don't know if I've heard about much when it comes to the Japan situation. I mean, it does sound familiar. I probably heard a little bit about it, but just like when I think about population collapse, I think of like South Korea and stuff. Really? It's even worse? It's the highest out of any country. I thought South Korea was the highest out of any country. This is what I thought. Mayhap I was wrong. I'm gonna have to look more into stuff here. But yeah, I guess Japan is really struggling in that case. Anyway, so that's the stuff when it comes to like video essays. Wrapping up the stuff about vehicles, I want to get a new vehicle before Trump like makes things really crazy, because these tariffs and everything to the automotive industry is going to drive up the price of new vehicles, which means that more people are going to be looking to buy old vehicles to save money, which then increases the demand of old vehicles and therefore drives up the cost of old vehicles. So everything vehicle wise is going to go up if things continue as they are with the states. So even though I currently don't have a job, it'd probably be a good idea to look into getting a new vehicle sooner rather than later that I can kind of settle into long term. And then, you know, my current car can still be around for LAN events, long drives, or to eventually go to like the kids when they're old enough and if they decide they want it. I am a noble of Etruria. I cannot die in a place such as this. Ah! But yeah. Oh, nice. That's like EXP there. A third of the Japanese population over 65. That is a... Ooh. Sorry. That is a very significant elderly, like, population there. Jeez. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to look more into this kind of stuff. And maybe include it in said video essay, is what I might have to do. I did narrate a version 1 of the script through Audacity, and I listened back to it, and I thought it sounded like ass. And then I listened to like my actual streams here, and it sounds a lot better. So maybe the filters I've been going through OBS make the audio better. So I might just record through OBS at some point. Is what I might do. And I want to make like a bunch of revisions and updates and stuff like that anyway, and you know, include more data, include more stuff to consider and all that. And yeah, I think it's 2 in the morning. I do another map. It's going to take me like another 2 hours. I don't want to be up until 4 in the morning, maybe on the weekend, but not here during weekdays. After all, I got to go get like dirt and supplies for my tree and my grapes is what I'm going to have to do, among other things tomorrow. Gonna have to stop by some family's places and check in with them and all sorts of stuff. But before I wrap up, one quick note that I can say about vehicles. Earlier today, I installed my Fargo battery and I put some fuel in there. I'm getting the vehicle ready to be driven again. My appointment is coming up here on the 21st, just a handful of days away now, where my vehicle is going to be towed into the shop. They'll reinstall the transmission because that's really the only thing it's missing now. My 1953 Fargo truck should be fully functional, save for the fact that it doesn't have a transmission in it, so I can't use it right now because of that. And I don't trust myself to put a transmission in there, so it's currently the 17th since it's after midnight. So in 4 days, I'll have my vehicle towed to the shop. They'll put in the transmission, and hopefully, it'll be good to go. I should be kind of good to go on that front. So video essay on your truck 1. I could see myself potentially doing a April 1st next year needs to be a video essay just flexing your truck. I could see myself doing a video essay just like talking about like the history, the story behind the vehicle in general. Let's open this tab here that just has like my 3D printer stuff. But I wouldn't put it on my channel if so. A little while back, I made these other channels for if I want to upload gardening content or I want to upload content on my truck, because I figure if I'm doing something really niche gardening wise that I want to make like tutorials on, then I can put that there, like the tomatoes, potatoes thingamabob. I have a whole 1 video and I don't currently have any plans for anything else, so, you know, not gonna be any plans on that front. And I started recording a bunch of stuff here where it's just like, hey, if somebody has a truck like this, then this could be useful for them. Like how you install a carburetor, because I had no idea how the hell to do that when I first started. So, I mean, this stuff isn't really applicable to, you know, viewers of my regular channel for the most part, unless they just really find that kind of thing interesting. It's more like, hey, this is such a niche vehicle. It would be very helpful for that information to be out there for those that actually want that information. So if I ever did one, like, cover, and I make this channel sound like it's gonna go through like so much shit when I haven't worked on a video after this, even though this naturally leads into like another one for what the next step was that I just haven't bothered to edit yet. It's the case after 2 months here. But I make it sound like I have all these plans for like, I at least have all these ideas and stuff like that for this kind of thing. So, you know, if I ever did like, hey, here's a story of this vehicle and like the history behind it, I could totally do like a very basically edited kind of thing and slap it onto this channel. I could see myself doing that. I would not do that on the main channel. Yeah, look, there I am last year at a show at a certain auto gallery shortly before it got relocated, and there's no word on like when it's gonna reopen or where it's reopening. But yeah, got that photo there shortly before it shut down. Make a video on that gardening channel where you go over your 3D printed pot designs. Yeah, I've definitely thought about doing that. All the stuff you 3D print for the plants, I have definitely thought about doing that. I might potentially do that at some point, actually. We shall see. For now, my main focus is still on like my gaming channel, my main kind of thing. But these are like, hey, there are things that exist that are excuses for me to upload this stuff, and stuff that could potentially be helpful for those that might find that helpful. But I know it's not very applicable to like my gaming stuff, which is why it's hidden all the way at the very bottom of the channel. Like the only thing that's more bottom is just, hey, here's other people's content that I use in my videos sometimes, and it's easy for me to sort through, especially when I'm you know, looking for music for a video essay or something like that. Or before a stream starts, like before this stream, I'm looking for like a Fire Emblem remix. It's like, okay, let's go to the, I went past it, didn't I? Let's go to the Fire Emblem remixes playlist and like, let's choose one to play before this stream, you know, stuff like that. So in terms of stuff that's actually my content, it's literally the very bottom, because I figure like, hey, it's there. I'm not really going to draw a lot of attention to it. But yeah, this here vehicle should be on the road in under a week, I hope. I really hope that all it needs is the transmission put back in there, and I'm good to go. I'm going to need to learn how to redrive it again, considering like the clutch is going to feel different. It is going to be a different experience to be shifting the darn thing. But you know, I'll relearn it. There's a LAN event next month here. I still have the picture of those sticks pulled up here. From May 23rd to 25th here is the next LAN event we're going to, Mega LAN. I want to drive this vehicle to that is what I want to do. And then I want to pitch up a tent in the back like I did at Fragapalooza 2023. Because I haven't had the chance to do that since that event, because I've had all these issues with this truck since then. So if it's finally just running good after all the stuff that I've been doing to it over the past 3 years, and I can just take it to events like that, that'd be great. I mean, I think it would be more efficient transportation of stuff-wise with my car, where stuff can be a little bit more secure and pressed up against other things. Like, I have more space with the box there, but, you know, I'd get a little bit nervous about, like, my computer and monitors back there and stuff. I might just have that, like, shoved into the cab here instead. It's great for hauling chairs and just shove a bunch of chairs down there and strap them down. That's what I did at Frag 2023. And it's a lot more comfortable sleeping experience. I sleep corner to corner. I just barely fit in corner to corner, but it's better than like sticking my legs through between like the two front seats with my car like I have to. So it's a more comfortable sleeping experience. And by being in a tent, it doesn't heat up to as much of a furnace like my car does, being a big hunk of metal when the sun comes up in the morning and starts shining in and heating up my car more and more. So I actually quite like sleeping in the back of this thing. So if I can do that for Mega LAN in about a month and a week, that'd be great. So that's the other vehicle thing, is we should hopefully be good to go. And like, this carburetor has been continuing to give me issues for like the past year. And the shop told me they finally fixed it when I had it in last fall. I couldn't verify that for myself. I didn't have a transmission in my vehicle. I couldn't exactly run it. Even if it is in theory runnable without a transmission, there's a grounding cable that goes through the transmission, so I don't actually have power without the transmission anyway. So yeah, I couldn't test it and verify for myself, but according to them, this finally works okay. I'll find out in a week. I really hope this is it and I can just start driving. So, you know, got the battery all installed, which was a little bit harder than I thought it would be, quite frankly, because of the straps that the shop had installed when I first like got it inspected. I needed those straps to like pass inspection, so I had to have like these hooks go through the bottom and be lined up at the top and strap them down at the top and some weird configuration thing, and they kept falling through. Very much seemed like a two-person job where someone pushes it up from the bottom and someone grabs it from the top. I was just one person. I was trying to reach around and do both, and a bit of a pain in the butt installing that battery compared to like a normal vehicle. But got the battery installed. I put in a full jerry can of fuel, so I have a little bit of fuel in my tank, enough to test it and get to the gas station after it's drivable again. So I hope that when I bring it into the shop that they just installed the transmission, they're like, hey, it's good to go. Or there's these other minor issues, but we can sort those out for you just fine. And then I get on the road, and then I drive to the gas station, and then I drive around everywhere if it isn't too far. But yeah, that's the one at Fulton Place. So they do 3 events each year. There's one in January, one in May, and one in November for Jan LAN, Mega LAN, and Hallow LAN, respectively. And then there's Fragapalooza in August and Extra Life in November for the 5 LAN events that I go to. And I would like to go to GameCon as well this June, as like, it's not a LAN event there, it's just a general gaming event, but they do have like an area for streamers that are part of their stream team. but I've reached out to them 3 times on and off over the past 4 months, asking them like, hey, what do I need to do to be part of the stream team? Can I get like any information on that? I would like to be a part of it. I was gonna be streaming there last year at like the Fragapalooza LAN that was going to go on at GameCon before it got canceled. So, I mean, I'm still interested in just streaming at the event in general. So if you have any information, that'd be great. And they haven't responded to me. So I would like to up it to like a 6 events I'm streaming at a year with GameCon. But, you know, 3 times later, over the past several months, I haven't gotten any word back from them at all. So, like, maybe they're not interested in having me. But I would prefer that they reach out and say so. But what you gonna do, I guess? Lord Arcado. What a pathetic ending for one of his stature. Yeah, breaking 20 javelins and then getting magic to death. A year ago, I myself never imagined I would be leading an army. Fate can be unpredictable. Perhaps we'll even be able to turn the tides against Byrne. Lord Roy, what is that in your hand? Oh, this? That's my dick, Merlinus. It's the Fire Emblem. That tiny gemstone? Princess Guinevere wanted me to keep it. It seemed difficult for her to give it to me. I think she still hoped to end the war with diplomacy. Perhaps she had faith in her brother, even if that seems unlikely. Why do you say that? Because Zephiel is the treacherous king of Byrne. It is said that he murdered his own father. I don't expect he would be moved by family trust. He killed his own father? Haven't you heard the rumors, Lord Roy? Zephiel took the throne because his father, King Desmond, passed on. But King Desmond's death was very sudden. Though there are rumors, yes, that Zephiel assassinated him. Does Princess Guinevere know about this? I mean, if these are commonly known rumors, she would probably have heard about it. I'm sure she is at least aware of the rumors. You may even know the whole story. I'm allergic to knowing the whole story, though. Alright, yep. Cycle, save slots here and stuff like that. It is 2:19 in the morning, and if another map is going to take me 2 hours, I don't think it's realistic to do another map tonight. But yeah, anyway, if I do end up getting my truck on the road and I'm able to take it to events and stuff like that, during, like, you know, these publicly disclosed events that anyone can be a part of and, like, go to the venue of and all that, then you know exactly what event to go to find a vehicle that is unlocked. The locks don't work on my truck, so I don't keep anything valuable in there. So you can technically open the door. There's not going to be anything inside, but you can technically open the doors. And please don't damage my seats, you know. Oh, the one thing that you can steal is the ashtray. I don't smoke. I put candies in there. It's a candy drawer because, like, I'm not gonna put cigarette ashes in there. So you pull out the ashtray and there's candy in there. So yeah, now you know where to go if you want, like, a vehicle that you can steal candy from without anyone being any the wiser. Technically, my passenger side lock works. My driver's side, I don't know how to make the lock work. Like, maybe they can run me through that at the shop. Maybe both the locks work. But even if both the locks work, I don't have a key to it. Because many, many years ago, before I was the owner of the vehicle, my dad lost the original keys, so he had to have a brand new ignition built for the vehicle with a new key. So the ignition that is in there and the key that goes to it is not the same key as the keyhole on the door. So even if I knew how to use both the locks, I can't unlock it. Is the thing. So yeah. So I mean, maybe I'll just lock the passenger side so that if someone like 50-50 tries that side and is like, oh, it's locked, I can't get in here, they'll just give up because they'll assume the other side is locked. When the other side doesn't work, slash, I can't lock both sides anyway because I don't want to lock myself out. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'd have strategies to get back in, but no, this is neither here nor there. I probably should not be spending the last bits of my stream giving an in-depth tutorial about how to rob me. That is not a good idea. I've had some people suggest before that if you can, if anyone can just wander into the vehicle, like, oh, maybe they can just hotwire it. No, there's a lot more involved than just putting together some wires to start that vehicle. It is manual choke, it is manual throttle, there is an ignition switch to push, it needs to be in neutral. There's a step-by-step process that involves starting that vehicle. So, plus it's also 3 on the tree, which barely anyone knows how to drive. So I'm confident that no one's ever going to be stealing that vehicle unless they're just like an old geezer that grew up with that kind of thing and knows how to drive a 3 on the tree. But anyone can get in there and steal my candies if they want, I guess. Please don't go into my truck at LAN events and steal my candies. Yeah, I should probably shut my mouth before I dig this grave deeper for myself here. I greatly appreciate oh, I remember what I was gonna say. There was something else I was gonna say this stream that I forgot to say. When it comes to LAN events, I think I'm going to try to maybe have this game beaten before Mega LAN. I'm gonna try to have a lot of things on my game schedule be beaten before Mega LAN. But apparently this game has a little bit of post-game content. Depending on what you did in the main story, you unlock trial maps, which are these optional maps that you can access in the extras menu that you can take your squad into and take as like extra difficult challenges and stuff. So if I beat the story of this game before Mega LAN, and I want to like do a little bit of a bunch of different games at Mega LAN without doing like a whole bunch of like involved story, reading out all these lines and stuff like that in the middle of a public venue, I prefer doing that kind of thing in my office where possible. And then the trial maps might be a perfect thing. I think I'm going to try to beat Last of Us Part 2 before the event, and then I can do the roguelike No Return, I think it's called, at Mega FPS, at the Mega FPS event. I can try to beat this before that LAN event, and then maybe I can do like the trial maps at the LAN event as like a little bit of bonus thing on there. And then also anybody tuning into like the LAN event stream isn't so completely lost because they're getting into it at like the middle of a playthrough. It's very much a standalone thing. I'll play some Assassin's Creed Valhalla there, and I'll probably just do like one of the DLCs start to finish. So anyone can tune into that and see like start to finish that DLC. And then that little sub story is, you know, at a very different venue. So I'll do a DLC. I think the first one is the Wrath of the Druids DLC for AC Valhalla. I'll probably do the roguelike mode for Last of Us Part 2. And maybe I'll do the trial maps of this game. So it's like, you know, my main playthrough stuff is done, but hey, I'm doing this bonus content at the other venue. That's my idea. I was just reminded because I was talking about the lands. So those are ideas that I have in mind for Mega LAN coming up here. And I would like to continue with the Mario RPG series, so the main start to finish playthrough that I plan on doing at Mega LAN currently is Super Paper Mario, because I just did like Mario and Luigi games with Partners in Time and Brothership, so now I should do another Paper Mario game, and the next one is Super Paper Mario. So I'll probably do that one if I can figure out rigging it up in time, or my plans don't change because like other things come out or my schedule gets crazy or something like that. So, you know, don't take what I'm saying as gospel yet. But that's my current plan. Super Paper Mario. And then like a bunch of side modes in other playthroughs I've had going on around here for a while. That's the plan. Anyway, it's 2:25 in the morning. I'm going to sleep for real now. This is going to be like 2 parts that are like 2 hours long. This one stream. Man. Like, in terms of raw hours, these are definitely make for some of my longer series, but in terms of parts, it makes for some of my shorter series, just because I don't think it makes sense to like have one map be multiple parts. So I only have like the one map be one part, at least across the one successful attempt. All my failed attempts can be a separate part. So yeah, I guess the last part was part 28. So this part here is now part 30, 29 and 30 this stream. And my save file reads that it's like 80 hours in. I gotta stop rambling. I'm going to sleep. See you later, assholes.